Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to A Clash of Kings. Now, when we left off, we had just taken out a couple of the Reach vassals, and we had received news that Stumbleton is under siege by someone from the Riverlands, which is, I would say, kind of interesting, because, well, the Riverlands hasn't really come too far down, apart from, wait a minute, that is the Riverlands, okay, it seems, yeah, it's quite close to the color of dawn, so I was a little bit confused there, but no, they have actually taken Golden Grove as well. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them for taking Stumbleton, or attempting to take it at least. I'm not entirely sure how many are there, and I did say in the previous episode that I would be rushing over there as quickly as possible, but then I saw a comment and I thought to myself, yeah, it's probably the case. And that comment stated that there was going to be an overwhelming amounts of units there. And I thought to myself, yeah, that's probably the case, so it's probably a good idea to stay around the Weeping Town, make sure that this doesn't get taken. So I ran over to Crow's Nest, placed all my prisoners in there as much as I could, because of course I did have a couple of vassals and some random other units still remaining in our party. And as you can see, Elias has changed his name once again. Elias the Weeping Reaper. Because of course, that's actually pretty cool. Because now we are, I mean, we're obviously at the Weeping Town, obviously. So yeah, I think that's got a little bit more significance. Obviously, that is also a comment, by the way. Yes, that is also a comment. Someone suggested this name, and I thought to myself, oh yes, that seems like a really cool change. Unfortunately, there's not enough space for me to do the entire name, which was Elias the Weeping Reaper of Crow's Nest. So, yeah, I would love to have a longer name, which is kind of weird because when you initially create your character, I think you have basically unlimited space to have a very, very long name indeed, but apparently when you're changing it in-game, it doesn't really work that way, or at least as far as I can tell. So, we are now, without further ado, going to be heading in to the Weeping Town. And we are going to see, okay, so, there's 358 of us against 674 of them. Now, of course, this is going to be pretty easy in comparison to the previous longest siege, because, yeah, that was monstrous. That was absolutely monstrous, wasn't it? I mean, really. How could we... I don't even know, but... Oh, that was very, very difficult and very tiring indeed, especially for me. I had to commentate that entire thing, yes. So, anyway, Elias has restored himself, and Carver is also now a different kind of unit. He is going to act as our bodyguard in every future battle. Because he is an infantryman, he doesn't have a horse, it is the most logical thing to assume that he is going to be the one running alongside us, and I have re-tagged him as the most powerful unit ever. So, yes, hopefully he will do a good job protecting us, and that would be really cool, because I would very much like to have him, by our side. He doesn't have a horse, so that makes it a lot easier than Alan, or maybe Balakwo, or one of the others to protect us as well. We don't have a horse, so it's the best thing for us, but obviously then I think to myself, well, maybe Carver's going to eat us. No, he's not going to do that. I don't think he is, at least. So we're going to try our very best to try and snipe a couple of these guys here. I mean, yes, it is most likely that we will be able to deal some good damage here if I'm able to hit some of the archers. I would very much like to hit some of the archers, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen, so maybe just some headshots down here are going to have to do. Oh no. Come on, kill him. Yes, heavy reach knight, that's what you get, and some more headshots there. What is that? Oh, that was a shield. Okay, I thought to myself, there seems to be a rather brutish-looking unit over there, and I was like, oh, wow, that seems new. I didn't know the reach had those, but no, it was just a guy holding up his shield. Seemed like a very heavily armored rhino or something. Maybe I'm seeing delusions of some sort of weird animalistic faction that has invaded Clash of Kings for some reason. Yeah, apparently that is the case, but no, it was just a unit with his shield, which is perfectly fine. So yeah, we're gonna just continue here, and yes, don't worry, this entire episode is not going to be a siege. I'm going to be cutting away in between waves and things like that, and only if something remarkably entertaining happens will I, of course, cut back, but yes, I'm gonna try and make this episode not so much of a siege only, but more of a variety episode, hopefully, so we'll get a couple of field battles maybe, and if possible, I would very much like to head on to Stumbleton, because really, come on, we really need to see what we can do about defending it. Even if there are huge amounts of units there, we might be able to do it, or we might be able to pick off a couple of the enemies that are running away from it after they've taken it, or maybe I'll just be able to take it back instantly, who knows. Either way, I'd very much like to do that. At least I'll try my best. I don't know whether it's gonna happen, but maybe, just maybe. So we're gonna do as much damage as we can here. This is going to be very, very easy for us indeed. I don't think we're actually going to have any problems whatsoever. Oh, Carver has advanced level 23. He's going to be an even better bodyguard for us, hopefully. And there it is. All of the enemies have already been killed, and that was some of their best. They have heavy knights, of course, and all kinds of things. So that does not bode well for them, does it? No, it does not bode well for them at all, and now I'm kind of thinking, well, it's probably going to be a very easy siege then, isn't it? Very, very easy indeed. I have picked up a couple more arrows as well. So, yeah. There's not much more to report, unfortunately. I was not able to basically do anything because we are basically just locked in. We are so locked in right now to this course of action. We can't really do anything else. The only options I had were go to Stumbleton, defend that against overwhelming odds, potentially, or stay at the Weeping Town and successfully defend this town here. I feel as though it is a very good idea to stay here, at least right now. Beforehand, I was like, oh no, yeah, I don't really want to do that because you never know. Maybe at Stumbleton there's only one vassal, and in that case, if there's only one vassal, I'll be able to get there before it actually even gets taken. But if there's an overwhelming amount of them, then me going would just waste time and would probably result in the Weeping Town being taken. So, logically, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just factoring in the risk and obviously taking into account some of your opinions as well, because obviously that's what the whole point of interaction is, isn't it? Yeah, I've got to take into account you as well. Otherwise, there's no point, is there? Otherwise, there's no point in having a comment section. But anyway, let's... yeah, there we go. That's fantastic. Yes, I love the 115 damage we're just able to do, and then he just goes... Arr! Yeah, that's great. Anyway, I am going to be cutting away here after my small rant and logic and all kinds of things, and we're going to see how easily these pikemen get destroyed by these longbowmen. Oh wow, they are literally taking a pounding right now. Well, I have to say that defending this has been very, very easy so far. I actually haven't had to do that much killing myself. And, well, that's primarily because of all of our longbowmen. Yes, as you can see, look at that. That is exactly the reason why we win these kinds of things, because of our superior archer capacity. Because if we didn't have archers, then all of these guys would be consistently fighting in melee, and it would be a pretty brutal and bloody battle indeed. But, right here, I mean, literally, all of these archers are destroying their shields very, very easily, and then just picking them off. And we have so many elites as well of these guys that it is just an absolute bloodbath for them. And I mean, as you can see, look at this. All of these are firing along this line, and that's exactly the reason why we are winning this. And actually, I did, at the end of the previous episode, think to myself, okay, that took a very long time to do that siege, so I'm gonna improve my combat speed, and I put it on fastest. And that was after the previous episode, obviously, because I was just like, yes, I really want the sieges to go a little bit quicker. So here are my new difficulty settings, and that's what we've been playing with so far. But obviously, I don't know about keeping the combat speed on this. I haven't actually really tried it out that much. Obviously, this is the first time I've had it on fastest in 4 years, in actual fact. Every time it's just been on normal because I haven't seen a need to put the combat speed on anything faster. But as far as I can tell, it doesn't actually make too much of a difference, because I've tried shooting my bow with it, and it doesn't seem to speed it up at all. Obviously, I have no ammo at the moment, so it's kind of a bit pointless. But as you can see, Is this a little bit faster? Is that a little bit... No, it doesn't seem faster, the swing speed. It's a little bit weird, isn't it? Anyway, it might just be that it affects field battles or something like that, or maybe it's just my mace is too slow anyway, so it's not really making that much difference. So, yes, as you also see, I have placed Brynden at the front here because I thought to myself, yes, it's probably a good idea to maybe get him a couple of kills. It might be kind of nice to level him up a little bit. But he doesn't seem to have very good luck in that regard, so I might actually just move him over here, so that he might have a better opportunity to kill things, rather than constantly hitting shields or something along those lines. Now, someone mentioned in the comments and asked, why is Elias using a shield on his back? Well, apart from stumbling, and saving his back from being muddied in the battlefield, yes, apart from that, it does protect you from arrows when shot from behind and things like that, and I can, of course, pick it up at any time and use it as a shield for myself. Obviously, it's not the best shield around, it is actually quite a junk shield, but it's probably the best I've found so far, which is saying something, considering. But, yes, that's the reason why I have it on my back. And it's actually protected us quite often. It has reduced damage taken by enemy arrows by quite a significant margin, which is always really nice to see, because whenever you hear that sound, there's a specific sound that plays when it hits the back of your shield, and you're just like, yes, that's very, very satisfying, isn't it? Well, anyway, I did say that this particular episode was not going to be a full siege, and that is going to be true because we have just reached the 500 kill mark, and I believe there's only a couple more waves to go as we stumble once again. Okay, well, I think this might actually be the last enemy wave, and we're gonna just watch and see how effective our archers have been, because as you yeah, as you can no doubt tell, they have just littered the front of the Weeping Town with corpses, and I'm actually going to go down there. And Carver, come with me. Are you going to come with me? Follow, yes. Are you going to... Can you... No. What? Is he not allowed to come outside? Ah, it's like a vampire needing to be invited in. Apparently he's not actually doing anything like that. Okay, well, that's kind of a shame, but as you can see, look at the arrows in these bodies. Look at them. Yes. This is exactly the reason why we are able to do this with very, very little casualties. Yes, the initial wave was a little bit difficult, and we did lose a couple, but really nothing. Really nothing in the grand scheme of things. As you can see here, our only casualty was Alan. Otherwise, our allied casualties, only 5. And we took out 636 with this difficulty. Just bear that in mind, okay? With this difficulty, I'm not trying to boast or anything like that. I'm just trying to say that it is possible to defend a town with minimal casualties without having any kind of jiggery-pokery or whatever the case may be. Because as you can see, I only killed 40 this time around. Yeah, I basically did nothing. My archers did everything. The archers are the reason why we won this very easily, in actual fact. And now, we're gonna see. So, Mace Tyrell only has 38 units remaining. Let's go in. Oh yeah, let's do this. So, this is gonna be... Oh, this is gonna be amusing. This is gonna be extremely amusing, because as you can see, he only has 38. Yeah. And all of his vassals apparently have nothing either, so this is basically done, isn't it? This is basically done. We have defended from the Reach successfully. I'm actually kind of surprised that the... What was it? 1,600 units? Yeah, there were 1,600 units remaining after our previous longest siege, you know? So it was actually kind of a bit surprising that, what was it? 1,000 of them, yes. 1,000 enemy units just disappeared. I actually don't know where they went. I can assume that they probably went to defend something, or maybe to take something else, but they really did split up themselves, and they made it a lot easier for us to defend against them, which is kind of bad, I guess. For them, obviously, not for us, but at least we get a little bit of a field battle, but as you can see, the field battle is going to be remarkably easy. Oh, there's a, wow, 12 shot difficulty, that's not too bad, okay. Well, otherwise, I think we're just going to, yes, shoot these guys very, very easily indeed. They don't have any shields, I don't think. I'm actually just going to tell everyone to charge in. There really is no need for us to use tactics here. I mean, literally, 38 of them only. And we're going to put our archers back here, because you never know. But look at all of our cavalry, yes. Just go straight on in there. Oh, yes, there we go. Wow. Drollo actually, oh, wow, Drollo actually charged in there with them, which was kind of amusing. And Harwood Fell has been eliminated by a Reach Pikeman. Well, that's a little bit embarrassing, but, well, I suppose it's not too bad. Okay, now if I could maybe... Okay, I doubt I'm actually going to get any kills here. Oh, I did. I got one. One headache has been administered. Yes, there we go. Yeah, that's a done deal. Very, very easy indeed. Obviously, we do have an overwhelming majority here, and our cavalry is absolutely insane. So, yes, that's perfectly fine. And I think, are we going to have time? Are we going to have time to go on to Stumbleton? If we have time to go on to Stumbleton before it gets taken, then I am extremely surprised and pleased at the same time, because I literally didn't think that anything like that was going to happen. So, let's see how many of them escape. I'm going to assume all of them. Apart from this fellow. I'm going to take him prisoner, thank you very much. And, yes, this one as well. Ah, oh, we freed someone. Oh, yes, there we go. Fantastic. We freed one of the Dawn vassals by the looks of things. Okay, well, that's pretty nice, I suppose. And, yes, obviously, Mace was able to escape because I don't think he was even in that battle. Was he? I don't think so. Well, anyway, let's just capture these enemies here. There we are. Okay, so the Weeping Town has been successfully defended very easily, in actual fact. I'm kind of surprised, but I suppose it is just because of the overwhelming amounts of archers that our allies, as well as us, placed on the battlements. If they had not placed them in those strategic positions, we would have been in much worse shape. But anyway, let's go into Griffin's Roost. Are we going to go into Griffin's Roost? Why am I going even in here? I'm a little bit worried, you see. That's why I'm making weird decisions. But anyway, we're going to go on. Even though I have vassals in my prisoner's hold, we are still going to go on to Tumbleton and see what's going on. They have not entered the siege. Ah, there we go. They entered the siege just now. It's going to get taken just as I get there, isn't it? Connington, what are you doing? John Connington, he doesn't have a bracket anymore. I'm not entirely sure where the bracket went, but I will always remember that he's a bracket, yes. Anyway, we are going to, yes, give this guy 300 gold. You spot a poor man on the road. He looks tired. You send one of your men to ask him why he is in the wilderness alone. He says that outlaws robbed him, and if he doesn't get some money soon to buy food, he will starve. He says he served in the army once and will make a loyal warrior. You decide to give him 300. You feel good for helping. Yes, thank you. Okay, so this is going to be too late. They're going to take this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they were able to take it, but that's okay, because as you can see, they have a huge amount of people. I mean, they have absolutely huge amounts of people right now, and it would have been, I think, foolhardy. Would have been foolhardy for us to try and defend against such an overwhelming force with only us and a small garrison, because obviously the Weeping Town had a pretty sizable garrison, and we did have a couple of friendly vassals nearby. So, I'm going to attempt to take Stumbleton, maybe off screen, because we've already taken it once, and what's annoying about this is that this was awarded to us. Stumbleton was awarded to us, so now I have to do that entire thing again, take it, and then hope that Aegon gives it back to us. Ah, that is devastating. That is devastating to party morale, or at least to mine. Yeah, probably just to mine. Anyway, let's level up a couple of units, and I think that will be it for this episode. And next time, we will have hopefully taken back Stumbleton. I will do that off screen, and I might actually help out Lisono Mar here, because he's always been a rather good ally of ours. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, you know. And I think that's it. Yes, I think that is it. So I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.